Mexican cartels have found a new market, selling deadly drugs for 20 times the going price. So a fentanyl pill made for 25 cents is resold for $3 to $5 in cities like Denver and Seattle. But in rural parts of Montana, that same pill can go for as much as $100. On Native American reservations, overdose deaths are up 49%, totaling more than 1,000 in 2021, the highest of any ethnic group. Making things even more complicated, reservations are sovereign nations, meaning local law enforcement has restrictions. So let's bring in Stacy Zinn, former DEA resident agent in charge in Montana. Stacy, thank you so much for joining us. You obviously spent time in Montana. What was your initial thought when you were told as a DEA agent you were being sent to Montana of all places?
I was like, Montana? Are there drugs in Montana? Because you don't think about Montana and drugs. You think about Yellowstone National Park. You think about fly fishing. So going up to Montana was it was great, but I was apprehensive because I thought, okay, my career's going to go. It's going to sink after that.
And that was absolutely not the case. Tell us what is happening in Montana and why this state specifically.
Well, this is probably the last frontier in the lower 48, meaning the cartels have not been able to sink their claws into this area, but they are coming up here. They are starting to establish themselves, especially on our reservations. And the reason why they're coming up here is because the price markup of the drugs is so high here compared to other states that they feel like this is prime real estate that they can now attach themselves to.
And why are the drugs selling for so much more in Montana?
The bulk of our drugs come from across the southwest border. What it does is they either come across or come through our ports of entry, or sometimes they come in cargo ships to our ports on eastern and western areas. And what happens from there is that they have to travel across land to get to our area. We are far from the southwest corner. And so therefore, it takes more manpower, more fuel, more transportation fees to get the drugs up here. So they charge higher, and the people up here are willing to pay for it.
Okay, so women, as I was reading up on this, women are often the prime targets. Kind of explain why and how that works.
What the cartels like to do, they like to come into an area and they like to find local distributors. On our reservations, the cartel members will also seek out females, single females, and they'll establish romantic relationships in order to entice them more, to start building their relationship and start establishing little areas of stash locations. And that's what we've seen happen especially on the reservations. The cartels will find an area, they'll plant their flag, they'll start cozying up to the females, and then from there, they know once that relationship starts, they know they have a hook into that general area.
And kind of just talk about the fact that, these reservations specifically are sovereign. So how does that work when it comes to trying to enforce laws, when it comes to trying to make any busts?
What is difficult is that your Native American communities, they'll have what's called tribal police. Unfortunately, a lot of times they're lacking in numbers of police officers to be able to man that entire reservation. Well, then you have state police or you have your local sheriff's department. But if there's not an MOU in place, then the sheriff's department that is right off the reservation does not have authorities to follow a vehicle. They see maybe a drug distributor coming onto the property. They don't have the authorities to come on to that land without a MOU with that tribe. So that's where it gets kind of murky and difficult for investigators to be able to work these investigations. However, federal agencies do have authorities to go onto the sovereign lands and are able to conduct these type of investigations. And that's what we have done throughout the state of Montana, or it's what I used to do in the past.
Right. So something is, at least attempting to be done. Stacy, before we let you go, just talk about the impact this is having on the reservations, which were already struggling due to a lack of resources.
You know, it's our people here in our community are important, and unfortunately, there's not enough information out there talking about the destruction of these types of drugs, whether it be meth, whether it be fentanyl, or it be a combination of heroin and fentanyl. We need to start bonding together. We need to start communicating better, and we need to start educating the public of what is out there. We need to start protecting our children. We need to start protecting the next generation, because if we do not, we're going to lose a whole lot more people. And it's going to be too late by the time we get our message out there.
Absolutely. Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find News Nation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.